Dave here with Limitless Brave. Today we're going to be talking about 5 more common mistakes that men make when it comes to dating. Now guys, I'm not trying to single you out. Women make a ton of mistakes in dating. Just trying to help you get your dating life better and be aware of the common things that guys do that cause the girl to not call them back, to not go on a second date, and just shut you out of her life. Now the first one is the ego problem. We all know this guy. He's bragging about how much money he makes, the car he drives, the vacations he goes on, the cars he owns, the money he spends on dinner, the businesses that he owns, or even where he is in the corporate hierarchical structure. And he always loves to brag and one-up everybody who he's interacting with. So when you're the ego guy who loves to show off what he has, and you keep attracting gold diggers, well, what do you expect? Of course, that's the only thing that you seem to value. So a woman just as shallow is going to value the same things, and you're going to have a nice toxic relationship. So why do guys have the ego problem? Well, it comes from low self-esteem. It comes from feeling undeserving or unappreciated. And so all he does is achieve to prove his worth to other people. And he puts all of his achievements out publicly so that he can feel validated, feel worth something, feel like people care about him. The number one horror story I've heard from women who have dated this guy, this one sticks out in my mind as like the top one. This guy on a date at dinner pulls out his phone and shows her a spreadsheet of his net worth in the businesses that he owns. What a fucking douchebag. And she immediately was like, oh, I'm going to the bathroom, and then just left the restaurant. Guys, don't do that shit. Nobody cares. That's stuff that you talk about on down the line. The best way to approach this is not talk about yourself, but ask questions about the other person who's sitting across from you, or you're walking with, whatever you're doing. Make it about them. Make it about your curiosity about who they really are, what they are really about. You have to remember, if you want to win friends and influence people, the best way to do that is call them by their name and get them to talk about themselves more than you talk about yourself. Mistake number 2 is playing games with somebody else and following the rules. We've all learned a bunch of bullshit rules from our dumb friends who don't know anything about dating, as well as Hollywood's bullshit that they feed down our throats in romantic movies. Guys, most of the time that stuff doesn't work. It's very cringe and people don't really like it. There's no time that you should be waiting to text somebody that you like, right? You don't have to follow a structure when you're dating someone saying, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that because this hasn't happened and that hasn't happened. If you want to kiss somebody, go for it. If they don't want to kiss you back, okay, no big deal, right? If you're excited and you want to text somebody, text them. Don't play these stupid games where you have to wait or you don't communicate or whatever else is out there that people are doing. Follow your gut instinct, follow what the thread of the vibe is between you guys, and you're going to have a much better time. And of course, like the worst thing about these games is the shit you guys learn from these dumb pickup artists that are terrible at what they do. If you've ever seen these guys out in public, women cringe at how pathetic they are and how much of a clown show they really are. So don't follow that crap, guys. It's not going to do you any good. It's going to turn you into a super weirdo. And a lot of those guys are as weird as it gets. They're super manipulative. They lie a shitload. And they lie about their capabilities and what they do. Because, again, why are these guys doing this? Their self-esteem and their ego is so low that they have to create this dog and pony show to try to manipulate and trick people into liking them, because they don't like themselves at the end of the day. So like I was saying before, if you're really enjoying the date and you're enjoying the company, express it. Set up the next date. Tell them how much you enjoy them. Don't play these stupid games of, hard to get, oh, I'm gonna play coy. You're only gonna shoot yourself in the foot on down the road. So be honest, be upfront, own who you are, and if they don't like you, okay, who cares? There's 4 billion other women on the planet. I think you're gonna be just fine. Mistake number 3, guys, is not actively listening to the woman sitting in front of you who's expressing, who's feeling things, and you guys are off in la la land or up here in your head processing some analytical stuff. Nobody wants to deal with that, and that's not actively listening. And you can't feel the vibe between you two if you guys are actually doing that. So focus on her, be present with her, connect energetically with her, emotionally with her. You don't have to do a lot. A lot of guys think that they have to turn themselves into women to do that. No, you don't. And a lot of coaches out there will try to turn you into a woman because that's how they've learned how to manipulate women to like them. So be careful of those guys too. But all she's looking for is grounded presence, looking at her, listening, actively participating in the conversation. That's all you got to do, guys. Nothing more than that. And maybe say a few things that you emotionally feel about something. You know, maybe she strikes up the conversation about pickleball, and you're like, oh yeah, I like pickleball, instead of, you know, you really like pickleball. Oh man, I love pickleball. You know, you're expressing, you're emoting at that point. That's what she's looking for. She's not looking for you to analytically and logically process stuff with her. Mistake number 4, and that is ignoring red flags. So many guys do this because they're attracted to the woman physically, but when it comes to interpersonal stuff, values, ideas, they just forget it all. They just ignore it. And the next thing you know, they're in some horrible relationship. And don't make excuses for poor behavior. Call her out on her poor behavior. Don't tolerate it. Set a boundary. That's also how you can avoid a red flag. And then guys also will stay in relationships and situations that feel wrong to them, but because they feel that there's a lack of women in their life, they stay in these relationships regardless and try to make them work when they're clearly not working. And then guys will also prioritize just having a relationship, again, from the lack mindset over having the right relationship. So meaning they'll have a relationship just to have the relationship instead of looking for the right relationship that's healthy, that's good, that's uplifting. And mistake number 5, which is probably the worst one, which is handling rejection poorly. If somebody rejects you guys, great. That means you just got that person out of your life without having to go through a bunch of bullshit. You should be seeking rejection. You should be seeking people that don't want to be with you, and they tell you that, because now you have the opportunity to find the right person. You have the opportunity to get on a good path. When people reject you, this is a good thing, not a bad thing. So check your ego at the door. Be like, great, now I don't have to waste my time, get into some relationship, waste money, all this stuff that you guys are worried about on a woman that's not right for me. She just rejected me. Great. Again, there's 4 billion other women on the planet. Go find the right one, guys. There's an endless amount of women. And when you guys worry about rejection, again, that is a lack mindset. It says to you that, oh, there's not enough women in the world. There are plenty of women in the world, guys. Find the right ones for you. Have a great relationship. Have a good time. Don't waste your time on people that don't want to be around you to begin with. Guys, if you're looking to improve your dating life, be more confident, understand masculinity at a deeper level, groundedness, and doing less work when it comes to dating, check out the Limitless Brave private reserve community in the description below, the current workshops that I'm running. Come and work with me, and I can help change your mindset, change the way you show up so that you actually have to do less work when it comes to dating instead of more work like many people want you to believe. A well-rounded, grounded, masculine man can move through life much easier than a guy who isn't. Hope to see you soon. Take care.